What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Deaths of the Asia You Can't Whoop Me edition. Y'all go ahead and get it here and gather around because we got to talk about this diss track that the game put out about Eminem called the Black Slim Shady on his new album Drillmatic that recently dropped. It has the internet going nuts. And a lot of people had chimed in on it and gave their thoughts and opinions on how they felt about the game actually launching an attack at Eminem for absolutely no reason, to be honest. We still trying to figure out what possessed him to launch the attack towards Eminem. I'm going to go on record. I feel like the game was a little salty because he wasn't at the Super Bowl halftime when they had Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, and Eminem. I think that the game felt like he was supposed to be somebody that was there to represent Cali. I understand his sentiments towards that, and that's just me giving my thoughts and opinions. I'm not trying to speak for that man, but I really do feel that that has something to do with it. I do understand that the game had went on Drink Champs as well, and he was talking about, everybody being afraid to go at the quote unquote white boy and everything. And he just had this unwarranted animosity towards Eminem all of a sudden. So I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I think Game is a very dope artist. He's very dope. Outside of music, I do feel like he's corny. He do a lot of name dropping. I do feel like he's a little corny outside of music. I not like Eminem. I think he's a dope artist as well. So when I first heard about him dropping this diss track, he announced it before it actually dropped, and people were anticipating it, and it just really didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Um, and I'm gonna be perfectly honest with y'all. When it actually dropped, I only heard the first part of it at first because I had to cut it off because he was mimicking Eminem style. And the crazy thing about Game dropping a diss track on Eminem, what made it seem so lame and corny to me was throughout the years he has given Eminem a whole lot of praise. So in my opinion, I'm like, you just doing this for nothing. You really kind of clout chasing and doing all of this behind somebody that's damn near in retirement. Eminem is really not that active, to be honest with you. Even though I'm a fan of Eminem, I ain't really listened to Eminem since Recovery. Eminem ain't really just been putting out nothing that's hot. The last album was Relapse or Recovery, whatever was. Recovery was the last thing that I wrote around and listened to, right? So I'm like, this dude at this point, he done simmered down. Uh he done passed his prime. And at this particular point, this is where you want to try and ride his coattail and use his name for some clout and some attention. So I understand that it's part of marketing, but all at the same time, I just feel like it was just lame as hell to do it. And I know we got a lot of people that say, well, Eminem ain't never went against nobody, no hardcore rapper for real. The only people that he have ever had a beef with was people who are R&B singers, pop groups, and things of that nature. But who said that in hip hop you necessarily have to go at somebody? If this guy that is knowing that he is a part of hip hop by invitation only, it would have been crazy as hell for Eminem to be in a position that he's in to start taking shots at people, because you got to understand, in hip hop, he's a minority, and it's a tough sport. So you have to understand that the position he's in order to solidify himself in hip hop. It wouldn't have been a good idea for Eminem, being a minority, to start going after people. So he always paid homage or whatever, but I didn't know that there was something in the rule books that said if you're gonna rap, you gotta beef with somebody. So that part about people saying He ain't never went against a rapper for real that is at the top of that game. I ain't buying into that because I don't think that that's necessarily something that someone has to do. But we not going to ignore the fact that Eminem is a dope MC. There are a lot of people who say they don't resonate with his music. They ain't into, the type of style that he has. His voice is annoying. I get that. It's with any rapper. It don't matter who you are. Any rapper is going to have fans and going to have people who are not feeling their music. So the criticism that he get where the people say that they don't like his music, that's absolutely okay. What I don't like in our community is that people try to clown other black people that actually like Eminem and try to make it seem like because the game went at Eminem, all of a sudden he's some type of revolutionary. He on his Nat Turner shit, like he's the first black person, he's the first rapper or a black rapper to actually go at Eminem. And they like, yeah, we riding for game, but the whole time throughout the industry, throughout the popular opinion of the listeners, Game has always been someone who has been considered like corny and lame or whatnot. He has never been one of those people who got talked down about his lyricism, or ain't nobody ever said that he wasn't a dope artist or anything like that. But his whole makeup, his character and everything has been up for question. So I just want feeling the fact that he had took a shot at Eminem because it was just for what? It wasn't any rhyme or reason. I'm all for a good diss track. I'm all for a little back and forth. That's the sport. That's what get our blood pumping in hip hop. That beef that stays on wax and you get to hear those bars. I'm all for that. But it also has to make some type of sense. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even gotta be a real beef or anything like that, but at least it needs to be realistic. Like, say for instance, when Pastor Troy had came out, he went after the tank. He started a fake beef with Master P. But it was realistic because it wasn't like we already knew that Pastor Troy had some love for Master P and praised him throughout his whole career. We don't know this. So we don't know that the beef is fake. We think it is really something that's going down. So we got our ears tuned in. Same thing how 50 Cent came in the game. He came in the game just taking shots at random people or whatever. Because we have no record of proof to show that he had love for these people. When we hear this track, it's believable that there's a real beef that's going on. And we listening to the songs and people going back and forth to try and figure out blues clues or what's going on in this beef. We being nosy. That's how you listening to the different tracks and the people going back and forth. That's how you are able to figure out the context of why these people are beefing with each other. With this game stuff, nigga, we already know you love this man. We already know that you admire him. We already know that you're a fan of him. So coming out doing a diss track, it just seems lame as all get out. So when I first heard it, I'm like, man, I'm not feeling this. And I ain't even listened to the whole thing. I listened to like the first part when he was rapping like Eminem, which I felt like that was paying homage, but oh, this fire and this, that, and the third. I hope my internet don't cut off because my little Wi-Fi thing just did something. Let me hear this up. So people was talking about this is fire, this, that, and the third. So I said, let me go ahead and listen to the whole 10 minutes. And I was just like, oh my God, this man just gave me a whole 10-minute diss track. We are in this microwave society right now. We want instant gratification. Songs don't be nothing but 2 or 3 minutes long. You give me a 10-minute diss track, that means that's almost 5 songs on the album in today's society. So I'm like, I'm down there have to listen to him for 10 minutes when I could be done with half of a CD in amount of 10 minutes listening to a whole album. But let me go ahead and give it a try. So it was going slow at work. And I said, let me go ahead and play the album. I ain't got nothing else to do. So I get to the Black Slim Shady track or whatever. And I'll go ahead and say I'm going to go ahead and listen to the whole thing. Let me tell y'all something. I had to eat my words. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Game had something to say on that diss track. You hear me? Like the way Game did it, and even in the beginning when I heard him trying to rap like Eminem, and I was like, that's whack, that's corny as hell. But if you gotta pay attention to the detail of this diss track and keep in mind, I'm an M fan. You know, I like the Game, but I'm more of an M fan than I am a Game fan. I'm just gonna give my unbiased opinion here. When you listen to how that man set that up, he set it up for a reason, rapping like Eminem for a reason. He started rapping like Eminem, then that second verse, he switched it up or whatever, get the rapping like himself. The way he did that was genius. He did not leave any stone unturned. I almost was mad. Just, you know what I'm saying? With me being an M fan, I was mad that I finished listening to it. You get what I'm saying? Because it disarmed me. It really did. So I'm listening to it and I'm like, damn, this really goes hard. It went hard. I'm gonna be honest. It went hard, and I understand everything that he did. He was so intricate with everything that he did or whatever. He also did something that was really smart in this diss track, where he kind of took things that if Eminem responded to him, he took things about himself that could be a dagger that Eminem could use, a shot that he could take at him. He kind of took those things and started playing around with it, and it was like, you know what, I'm just gonna die on my own sword type thing. That, you know, you can't spray me with my own dirt or whatever. So even with the love connection things and the tattoos and all that kind of stuff that you could kind of start throwing at Game, he used that as daggers towards Eminem. It was smart. I am gonna go on record and say, with all things considered, when you think about the artistry involved and the time that's taken and the studying that this man had to do, and the way he was able to arrange those bars, that was a good diss track. With all things considered, if you're a fan of hip hop and you really love, you know, a good diss track that's kind of gotta go ahead and get in there, regardless of your thoughts and opinions about the Game actually doing it. At the end of the day, when you listen at it and you put all of those emotions to the side and you just listen to it from just somebody that just enjoy the art, it's undeniable that was a good diss track. That was a good diss track. Now, I had went on my stand shit and I had actually made a post and I was like, dear Eminem, you do not need to respond to this clown. He's just using your name for clout. You know, don't respond to him. Don't come up off your pedestal and all this old kind of stuff, right? And initially I had said to myself, I said, you know what, Eminem don't need to respond to this, because guess what? I hadn't heard the whole thing. So I said, man, Eminem don't need to respond to this here. Like, Game, he clout chasing. He ain't talking about nothing. He done use his style. Don't respond to that, Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy your family. Go kayaking or something. You know what I'm saying? After listening to that diss track, Eminem gonna have to respond. Eminem gonna have to respond. It was too. It was too much laid out there. You know what I'm saying? His Eminem, he even took a short shot at Eminem daughter, and Eminem daughter came out and responded and was like, "My daddy's so legendary that you got to kind of use him to promote yourself." It was a lot of stuff that was put out there. I feel like Eminem needs to respond, and some people have. I thought that he didn't at first, but some people have mixed opinions on that. And I heard someone say that if he respond, then that's gonna make him look bad. And if he don't respond, that's gonna make him look bad. And if some people were saying if he don't respond, he ain't got to hold no L. But if he do respond and it be good, and it don't be good, then he gonna have to hold the L. My thing is, hip hop and battles work like this. If somebody get at you so hard and so tough, and you don't respond, that's still considered an L. So at this point, Eminem got to decide of, do you think you could beat this nigga? Or do you think that you just gonna have you gonna have to decide how you want to take your L? You either gonna decide you want to have to take your L in silence with no response, or you gonna have to take your L with actually responding and dealing with the ridicule of what is going to come in the event that you don't go hard enough. So that's something that Eminem have to battle with. How do I feel like I got it in me to go against him and beat him? I think Eminem can do it. But it's, you know what I'm saying, it's been a minute since Eminem put out something that I was just really feeling, but I know he has the ability to shut him up. You know what I'm saying? Or they might have a couple of rounds of this. I know he has the ability to do it. But Game went so hard on this diss track to where it's like Eminem got to play it smart. I feel like it'll be best for him to take his L in silence, then for him to hop up there and get to spin something and it be whack, and he got to actually, take all of the ridicule and everything that comes with that. It's too late in his career, to get knocked down a peg at this point. So y'all tell me, y'all drop down in the comments, y'all tell me whether or not y'all feel like he should respond or he shouldn't. In my personal opinion, I feel like it's hip hop, you know what I'm saying? It's no holds bar. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Somebody call you to the pavement, you got to answer to that call. So I feel like if Eminem does not answer to that call, I am going to feel some type of way because of how powerful that diss track was. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was crazy. I feel like that particular diss track can go in the books as one of the best diss tracks ever at this particular point. You know what I'm saying? That definitely was. I hate that Game did it, but I also don't like the fact that it's 10 minutes long. But if you listen to it, it definitely can go down as one of, or in the lineup with one of the best hip hop diss tracks ever. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. If Eminem respond, I don't know what the hell Eminem gonna say to the Game, but at this point, I feel like we gotta go ahead and give Eminem the pass to say the N word. Like, the only thing he could do now, you know what I'm saying, is call the nigga a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because what else you finna say to the man? It's like at this point, are we giving Eminem the pass so he could go ahead and use the N word since the Game was on his diss track? He used a lot of racial references and everything, calling him wiggers and stuff like that. Does Eminem get the pass to go ahead and drop the N word? Because at this point, what else he gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I know he got it in him, but it's gonna be a whole lot of work. You know what I'm saying? Set out for him to even work around it. He's in a tough spot. Eminem in a tough spot because now, he got to work around making this diss track so hot where he can't use no racial references. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a white man. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, do we just be like, look, it's rap, it's hip hop. Y'all just go at each other how y'all gonna go at each other. Let it be what it is. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you saying, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, he went at you. He didn't leave no stone unturned. What we gonna do? The Eminem get the pass to say the N word and his diss track? That's what I want to know. Cause I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like at this particular point, What else can he say? You know what I'm saying? What you finna say to this man? Now, Game does have a history of doing a whole bunch of little corny stuff, but it's just how you this man got this 10-minute diss track on you. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna arrange this in a way to where you're not using a whole lot of fillers? Because Game didn't waste no bars. Game did not waste no bars when it came down to that Eminem diss. It's almost like he had put on a movie. It was cinematic when I was listening to it. Like it was commercial breaks all up and through there. You hear me? He didn't waste damn bar. So we already know how Eminem style is, where Eminem, he'll probably get to saying some non-cynical stuff or whatever, just some fillers, just putting words together, matching them up, words that rhyme. But how does Eminem actually attack the Game and not being able to use any racial references, none at all, and just have enough and be able to put it in a way and have all this time to make a dope diss track? So I just want to know what y'all think. I just want to know. Neo Human say, I'm confused at the title of this stream. That's fine. Make sure you like the video, share the video, subscribe. As long as you continue to listen, you won't be confused at the title. Just make sure you keep your ear locked in. Brian Henderson said, you about to get that man canceled. I'm not about to get that man canceled. I'm not gonna get him canceled. Listen, I'm not trying to get him canceled because if he don't respond, he gonna already be canceled. I don't want him to use the word. I'm not even advocating for him to use the word. All I'm saying is, what else is he gonna do? Like at this point, only thing you can do is call the, you know what I'm saying? Like, what can you do at this particular point? That's all I'm saying. Giraffe Play says leak recordings from earlier career. Yep, that'll make sense. I don't know. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I think what Eminem has to act fast if he's going to respond. He has to act fast, or I'm gonna tell you something else. Game album is actually too long. I don't know why Game decided that he wanted to put 30-some songs on the album or whatever. His album is actually too long. Megan Thee Stallion album already done surpassed him at number 1. His album is too long. It's not a lot of songs on there that's actually replay worthy. So I feel like this could die down quick. Eminem got about, at this particular time, album just dropped. Everybody's still talking about it. We know you dealing with somebody that done put out a 10-minute diss track. We gonna say we gonna give Eminem, he got like probably a week window, you know what I'm saying, where he has to make this decision. Where is, if in a week, if you ain't responded in that time, then I feel like a lot of the momentum been slowed down and it'll be too late. So I don't know if he gonna just wait it out, because he has to, if he gonna respond, he gotta respond fast. Because another thing too, if he wait too long to respond, then people gonna be saying he really ain't have it in him. He probably had to go get some ghostwriters. He had to go get some help. All this old kinds of stuff, you know. So we gonna have to see what's gonna happen. I'm still, you know, anticipating things at this point. At first, I wasn't anticipating anything because, like I said, I had cut that diss track off at first. I hadn't even heard it, but now I am anticipating what's next to see. But I'm gonna get him to Friday. If Eminem don't respond, am I gonna change my opinion of Eminem? No, I wouldn't change my opinion of Eminem. But I would actually, being that this track was what it was, I will start feeling like um Eminem, you know what I'm saying, is it probably outweighing his welcome. I'll put it like that. You get what I'm saying? I will put it like that. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all so much for joining me tonight. Y'all drop down in the comments. I see a lot of y'all in the comments talking about it or whatever. Y'all drop down in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. Let me know if y'all feel like what y'all feel some type of way if Eminem actually used the N word or something like that. And again, I'm not advocating for that, you know. I'm just saying I don't know what else he can do. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, thank y'all so much for joining me tonight for another episode of the Deaths of the Asia You Can't Whoop Me edition. Tonight we did have a show on the Hip Hop School Past and Present podcast with a special guest, Suave World. He was on there. We actually touched on this subject as well. I got the link to the podcast in the description. I'm on there every Monday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Show some love. Click the link. Like that channel. Subscribe to that channel as well. Um, well, I don't know, y'all. We gonna see what's gonna happen. But anyway, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm about to tune out. Y'all have a good one.
I hope you black men were paying attention. I hope you black men were paying attention.